Mr. Bro, the brother of MrBeast, actually did a pretty reasonable job maintaining a consistent monthly view count, averaging between 1 and 4 million. That's not bad at all, especially for someone starting out under the pressure of massive expectations. However, despite this, CJ only uploaded a total of 29 full-length videos before disappearing from the channel. It's when we take a closer look at these 29 videos that the core issue begins to stand out. The first big reason why CJ or Mr. Bro couldn't quite find the same level of success as his older brother. The problem? The content on the Mr. Bro channel was almost indistinguishable from MrBeast's. Rather than feeling like a fresh new idea, the channel often gave off the vibe of a spin-off. Something familiar, but noticeably less original. The editing style, the video ideas, the pacing, even the thumbnails. They were all basically clones of MrBeast's work. Even the people CJ brought into his crew, including Chandler's brother. CJ was Jimmy, Zach was Chandler, Tyler was Chris. Together, they were effectively a budget version of the original MrBeast team. Like it wanted to be MrBeast, but couldn't be, and shouldn't have tried to be. This becomes even more clear when you go back to CJ's first major appearance on YouTube, when Jimmy introduced the channel and laid out just how much help CJ was going to get.
5 helpers, a warehouse, office space. You got a $100,000 starting budget. We're doing your thumbnails for you, and we're helping you think of content.
Aren't you editing too?
I'm shouting you out and giving you over 1 million subscribers. Literally, all you have to do is not suck, and you should be fine.
Jimmy's approach seemed smart. He wasn't just handing his brother success, he was trying to teach him how to earn it. The intention was to set CJ up with all the right systems and resources so he could learn YouTube, grow into his own style, and eventually succeed. But there was a problem. CJ had zero experience with YouTube prior to all this. He wasn't taking that foundation and adding his own unique flavor or creative instincts. Instead, he was just plugging into the MrBeast system and hitting copy-paste. That gave the whole thing a kind of inauthentic, artificial feel, like something created in a lab instead of something grown over time. Even CJ himself leaned into this idea of following in Jimmy's footsteps. He once said,
Jimmy's mindset with giving money away, being a philanthropist, doing all the great things that he does every single day to make a difference in people's lives, I have that same mindset, and I also want to do the same thing just like my brother.
That mindset might have been genuine, and it probably was. But from a content strategy perspective, it was also clearly an attempt to benefit from MrBeast's existing brand. And in some ways, it totally worked. We often say that Mr. Bro didn't succeed, but that's only true if you compare him to MrBeast. By any other metric, Mr. Bro had an incredible start. Over 10 million views in the first 2 months, 1 million subscribers before that, and even after the initial shoutout wore off, he still managed to pull in over 1 million views per upload. A big part of that early momentum came from his ability to copy Jimmy's formula so closely, and being so visually and conceptually tied to MrBeast, even using a similar profile picture helped him stay relevant in YouTube's algorithm and in people's minds. But this similarity came at a cost. Not everyone was impressed by it. A Reddit post with over 1,000 upvotes put it bluntly. Guess Mr. Bro is just straight up copying his brother now. And it wasn't just about perception, there were technical downsides too. A lot of people were probably clicking on Mr. Bro's videos just to see what MrBeast's brother was like. Not because they were genuinely interested in the title, thumbnail, or video concept. That kind of click curiosity can be good for CTR, but it's bad for watch time. If viewers aren't truly interested, they won't stick around. That hurts audience retention, and audience retention is everything on YouTube. This whole issue, being too similar to MrBeast, is echoed all over the comment sections of similar videos. For example, in a breakdown by the gamer from Mars, people were writing things like, he tried to promote himself as MrBeast's brother, not CJ. You can't be a carbon copy of something when you're not that thing. If I want MrBeast content, I'll watch it from MrBeast, not the great value version. He needs to do his own thing. These comments hit hard, but they also speak to a deeper truth. It takes time to develop your own voice. Almost every creator starts off by mimicking someone they admire. Over time, you figure out your own pace, your own ideas, your own creative identity. The problem is, CJ might have quit before he got there, and even if he wanted to, could he really carve out his own identity while still being labeled as MrBeast's brother? Could he evolve creatively if someone else was still doing the thumbnails, brainstorming the ideas, and editing the videos? How can you truly learn what works and what doesn't on YouTube if you don't experience any real failure for yourself? That's where things really break down. CJ never got to go through the painful but essential beginner phase, the rocky trial and error period that teaches you how YouTube really works. Yes, mentors can teach you some things, but the most powerful lessons come when you spend a full week working on something you believe in, only to have it flop with 100 views. One commenter said it best: he never went through the hard work from the years before you get popular, so he doesn't know what it's like. You have to start with the corny videos. Skipping that painful grind also means there's no real emotional connection to the channel. Look at MrBeast. Part of why people love and respect him is because they've seen the journey. They know he was up late at 14 editing Minecraft videos just for 100 views. That story adds authenticity. That decade-long grind is part of his content now. It adds this invisible but powerful confidence to everything he uploads. You feel it. CJ, despite copying the formula, never gave off that same vibe. He came across like someone who was still new to the platform, unsure of himself. His body language, delivery, pacing, it all lacked the polish and confidence that comes with years of experience, and because he didn't build the channel from the ground up emotionally, it was probably easier to walk away from it. YouTubers who've spent years building their brand often can't let go, even when the views start dropping, because the channel means something to them. CJ didn't have that. He uploaded for only 1 year and 9 months. That's barely enough time to figure out who you are on the platform, let alone develop an unshakable connection to it. As Jimmy himself once said, if you work like hell for 10 years, there's a good chance you'll make it, but if you only do it for 6 months or a year, I don't know. And maybe that's all this was. Maybe CJ never really loved content creation. Maybe he just saw what his brother had and wanted a shortcut to the same thing. One brutally honest commenter put it like this: yeah, he sees his brother's success and wants to be just as successful. Problem is, he can't come up with his own content, so it just looks bad. I tried to support him despite not liking the content, but I couldn't. It was a waste of my time. It sounds harsh, but it hits the core issue. CJ isn't MrBeast, and maybe he never wanted to be. Maybe the videos he was making weren't even what he truly wanted to make. Maybe he had other ideas, other interests, but felt trapped in this MrBeast-like formula that never gave him room to grow into himself. MrBeast has said it multiple times. The biggest part of success is the idea. If anyone else copied his ideas perfectly, they'd probably go viral too, and in a way that's what makes the MrBro channel fascinating. It was a live experiment. How viral can you make a brand new channel if it's built for success by one of YouTube's greatest creators? The answer is pretty viral actually, but building long-term success, that takes more than systems. It takes love for the game, and to be fair, CJ could still come back. If he ever feels that creative spark again, if he finds a direction that feels true to him, nothing's stopping him from picking up where he left off.